Hi everyone, I'm Logan.
And I'm David.
And we're from the VanClan team, and today we're going to be bringing you the third of the series, the ultimate van life gifts to get for someone in your life who's obviously a van lifer.
Yeah, this one is no budget max. So if you want to take a look at our last ones, the last ones are under $100, and the one before that was like stocking stuffer, so under $25.
And if you're a regular on our channel, you probably know that we're usually in the van or doing something van life related. But we're actually in an Airbnb right now, just taking in some nice winter warmth.
Yeah, so let's get started.
The first one is my favorite item ever, and if you're shopping for a van life health nut, this might be of interest to you. It's the Berkey water filter. So under cabinet water filters are always a good idea, but they don't really filter out much of the things that you want to be filtering out, especially if you're filling up from like questionable sources. So we love our Berkey. It just sits in the van in its special designated place. And then when we're somewhere like the Airbnb we're in right now, we can take it out and bring it inside and still have great water.
Yeah, this thing even filters out pathogens, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, like viruses, pathogens, anything you can think of, it probably filters it.
Number 2 is a drone. I know this is a big thing for van lifers, like almost every van lifer has one. But honestly, anyone should have a drone. They're so much fun to fly. You can do so many creative things with them. We have a small drone. We have the Mavic Air 2. That's something that I would recommend just because it's a little bit smaller. The price point is pretty good, and they're a hell of a lot of fun.
And you're guaranteed to get nervous every time you fly them, so that's fun.
Logan does anyway.
Next up is the Jackery. We, like being completely transparent, we work with Jackery, but we definitely love Jackery. That's been on our list for a while, and when we finally got our hands on one, it did not disappoint. Like we use it every single day, even in the Airbnb, we have it sitting over there. It's just nice to have on hand, even if you have good batteries, it just adds to your system. Yeah,
it's pretty incredible. We've tried out some other battery systems. Honestly, nothing compares to Jackery. It's so refined, it works well, it does the same thing it needs to do every single time. So you know what? We'd recommend Jackery.
And if you don't know what a Jackery is, it's basically a power system that can charge off the sun with solar panels that can connect to it. You can buy those or you can't, it's up to you. But it's a solar generator and it works epically.
It's pretty awesome.
This week's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Winter here in Canada is in full swing, so naturally that means settling in with some new hobbies during the cold nights. That's why I'm diving into creative writing with Yasmin Cheyenne to take my journaling to the next step. But you can get into anything you want. That's why there's everything from graphic design, music, baking, marketing, and so much more. Whatever it is, Skillshare has a class for it. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, so there are no ads and they are always launching new premium classes. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Now, happy learning and back to the video.
The next one is a WeBoost. So basically what a WeBoost is when you're in an area with very low cell signal, you look at your phone, it's like got 1 bar, maybe no bars. A WeBoost can boost the cell signal from the tower, and it'll make your cell signal on your phone 2, 3, even 4 bars. It really boosts and works really well. Where we live, we have some really bad service, and where we travel, we have even worse service. And with the WeBoost on our vehicle, it's amazing. We go from not being able to load just a Google web page to being able to watch any streaming video like Netflix or YouTube, whatever you want. It works fantastic.
Next up is something that you wouldn't typically buy for a van lifer, but it's kind of an interesting gift, and that's a soda stream. So they're not the most expensive things out there, but they're pretty cool, as in they don't require any power. So maybe the person you're shopping for really likes carbonated water or drinks a lot of soda or something like that. They don't take up much space, they don't require any power if you choose the models that don't require any power, which are most of the models. And it's low waste, which is a great option too. So it's just kind of a fun thing to have in your van that most other van lifers wouldn't have.
The next one is for those who are a little bit more adventurous. It's Max Tracks. So Max Tracks are basically traction boards that you'd use for your vehicle when you're in a situation where your tires are kind of slipping. Maybe you use them in the sand. If you ever park your van or your rig on the beach and you kind of get bogged down, you use MaxTrax to crawl out of the sand. You can use it in snow. You can use it to level your vehicle when you're parked up. There's so many uses for MaxTrax, and honestly, you can't beat the premium, which is MaxTrax. There's a lot of lower quality versions, and the plastic isn't as good, they don't last as long, the traction is as good. So honestly, we totally recommend MaxTrax.
The next step might be a good gift if you're a parent and your kid has gotten into van life or something like that, and that is a portable car battery starter. So the last thing you want is to be parked, I don't know, 20 miles down a dirt road and turn your key in the morning and hear that like dreaded sound. So having this portable battery to charge your car battery instantly is invaluable when you don't have to call a tow truck.
Yeah, we've actually used it before. We don't own one, but a friend did, and our vehicle wasn't starting and we plugged it in. Instant start.
Yeah, and it works better than like jump starting off of someone else's car for sure. So it's an investment, and it's hopefully something you don't have to use ever, but when you do need it, it's good to have it for sure.
The next one is another great one if you're a parent and you want to make sure that you're in communication with your kid or maybe a loved one or maybe even your own parents. It's a Garmin InReach. Basically, it acts like a cell phone where cell phones can't go. So it uses satellite. It's a satellite system, and you can communicate basically with the outside world in the most remote places on the planet. You can send voice messages, you can send text messages, you can basically let people know you're okay where you're at. And there's also safety measures on it where you can press buttons to like alert authorities for search and rescue, whatever. It's all there. And then the final one is a 12 volt fan. And this isn't any 12 volt fan because there's a lot of 12 volt fans out there. And I gotta be honest, we've tried some, and they don't last that long. This one is the Scirocco fan. And we installed it in our van this last summer because we don't have any air conditioning, obviously, and it's really hot in the summer here. So we installed it, and it's amazing to sleep at night. Like when we have the fan on us, it's absolutely no problem. This thing's super durable. There's a great warranty, everything like that. We're not sponsored by them or anything. It's just we love this fan.
It's David's favorite thing in the van, for sure.
Absolutely.
And those who aren't familiar with it, it's by Camco, which is a very popular RV brand. And I mean, if you watch any YouTube video that has a van tour, you're probably going to see the fan in it, and for good reason. Yeah.
So that's all of our must-haves. Maybe you're buying one for a loved one or a family member or even yourself. They're all honestly fantastic gifts that I would love to receive.
Even if you're not buying gifts, it's kind of like a list of must-haves at the top of the budget for sure. And a lot of these aren't too expensive either.
So make sure to subscribe because we have another van tour coming out next week. And that's it for our gift ideas. If you haven't watched our previous ones, make sure to go back and watch our under $100 gifts and under $25 stocking stuffers.
And if you have any must-haves that you'd like to see under someone else's Christmas tree this year, just comment them below and maybe we can share some ideas.
Thanks for watching.